Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen issue 4 heads to the recent past, where Mercy Graves has a question for Lex, a question he will not like. She asks why he's doing this, since he was the smartest man on the planet and ran one of the biggest companies on the planet, even joining the Justice League. He was also the most human person she had ever met. Lex asks her where that got him, but he knows it got him nowhere, since he spent his life slamming into the glass ceiling of potential. And what good is the smartest man in the world when a Kansas farm boy can punch his way through mountains, and when an alien police force sit next to children of gods and kings of myth? He found it made him feel so small in comparison, but he tells Mercy that it was him who saved the Earth from the crime syndicate, and in return he was allowed to join the League, playing by their rules, but the universe was playing a sick joke on him since the crime syndicate was brought back to life, undoing all of his hard work, all because the universe thought of him as small. Mercy is sorry as Lex says that he sided with the gods and tried to tear down heaven over and over, but he saw humanity was always meant to be their subjects. However, thanks to Perpetua, he saw his chance to change that, and how after a time he would become unto a god to the people, having a city named Lexor in his honor, as the people worshipped him and the Legion of Doom. He knows in this future gods would bow to man, and that's what he knows and what he fights for. Mercy wants to know where the Batman Who Laughs fits into all this, but Lex says that the villain has already lost, so he doesn't matter. In the present, Lex's army battles the Batman Who Laughs infected heroes as the villain confronts Lex, who isn't too impressed with Lex's plan, but Lex tells him that he just needed to get the villain unprotected. The Batman Who Laughs isn't scared of Lex's big war suit, but Lex says that he's got some heavier artillery, specifically bullets designed to kill Kryptonians, so they should have no problem with the leather and Kevlar the villain wears. Lex attacks as the villain swings his scythe, ripping the war suit in half, but Lex uses his Martian powers to grab the Batman Who Laughs visor, knowing that he uses it to help ground himself in their reality, but with it gone, he will soon be dead. The villain says that Lex shouldn't have gotten so close, revealing that when he did, he stuck bat bombs to Lex. Lex is blown away by the explosion as the Batman Who Laughs calls for Supergirl to rain fire on them, surrounding them in a burning ring of fire, suppressing Lex's half-Martian DNA. Lex waits for the villain to get close, stabbing him with a needle and telling the surprise villain that that is a cure. Lex explains that he knows the Batman Who Laughs injected his targets with enough dark metal to broadcast the energy inside of him into them, twisting them, but the cure cuts off that energy so he can't spread it. The infection on the hero soon wears off, releasing the confused Jim Gordon first. Lex says that the villain did his math wrong, since two armies would cancel themselves out, but what happens when both armies turn against the Batman Who Laughs, since even the Batman can't win against the world? The heroes all return to normal, turning on the Batman Who Laughs as Supergirl is angered at the villain invading her mind with horrible things, telling the heroes to get the villain as well as Lex. Mercy steps between them, trying to stop them, telling them that Lex just saved them all and they should be appreciative of him. Lex, however, teleports away with the Batman Who Laughs and Mercy, heading to the Promethean galaxy and to the Godhead, where he tells the Batman Who Laughs that this is where he will die. Lex takes him before Perpetua, bowing and telling her that this being must be cast back into the dark multiverse so they can finish their work. Perpetua is impressed with Lex's work, but the Batman Who Laughs scoffs at the idea of Lex being a loyal lapdog. Lex tries to shut him up, but the Batman Who Laughs gets up, saying that he knows of Perpetua and knows that what she promised Barbatos to draw him out. He also says that he delivered her Luthor by giving up her name to him and sending the man out to her. Perpetua asks why he did this, and the villain says that he is a being from the other side of the Black Mirror, a creature of unreality, whereas Perpetua is the mother of reality. Because of this, he knows things she doesn't and sees things she can't, so he can give her things Luthor has missed. The Batman Who Laughs reveals that the Justice League are alive and well and were taken from the moment they were meant to die by great powers of the universe, sent on a mission to end her once and for all. Lex thinks that the villain is lying and would do anything to live, but the villain continues his revelations, saying that he can confirm his claims thanks to him capturing the Phantom Stranger, one of the forces that took the Justice League. He tells Perpetua that Lex would believe in anything if it made him seem bigger than he really is, and hasn't even realized the vision he saw of a world that worshipped him was Perpetua's doing, and it was all a fiction to get him to work for her. Lex can't believe this, as the Batman Who Laughs says that Perpetua needs him instead of Lex. Lex becomes angered, telling Perpetua to kill him, but he is stopped by her as she demands not to be told what to do. Lex says that she was just a spark in a doorknob until he freed her, so he will speak to her however he pleases. This angers Perpetua, who says that she made him who he is now, grabbing Lex and taking his powers and Martian DNA, reverting him to a normal human again. Lex says that he doesn't need power to stop the mother of the universe, rushing at her, but she merely throws him through a portal, which Mercy follows through. Batman Who Laughs knows that with Lex gone, Perpetua can finally stop pretending like Lex's Earth would be allowed to live, but Perpetua says that she does not trust this dark creature, but knows without her help, he will cease to exist, and vice versa. Perpetua wants to know what things he knows, so the Batman Who Laughs allows her to look into his mind, and what Perpetua sees makes her laugh endlessly. Later on Earth, Mercy finds Lex in a huge crater caused by his return to Earth. She tends to him, glad he's alive, but the teary-eyed Lex knows that they are all dead now. Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen issue 4, much like the previous issue, was all just there to serve as kind of another wank piece to the Batman Who Laughs, the character who just won't go away. This issue is made worse by the revelation that he was basically pulling the strings on everything, and even now kind of has a foothold over Perpetua after showing what's going to happen in the upcoming Death Metal series from Scott Snyder. I did enjoy the tie-off to Lex's recent story and how he was returned to human, and I enjoyed how despite getting all of this great power and thinking of himself as a big man at the cosmic boardroom table, he really is just a small, insignificant human who was used, and in classic Luthor fashion, his arrogance and self-importance clouds his mind from all of this, and he never saw it coming. All that was great, but it was still overshadowed by the Batman Who Laughs crap that really felt more like a company mandate to make this character continue to be popular than something actually interesting that a writer like James Tynion, who actively writes creative and interesting things, would do. I'm going to give this issue a 5 out of 10.